Hello, livelings. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Continuing the Daily Chronicle. Another short one today, I believe, because on IVs and not really able to eat very much, digest, because he's had a lot of his intestines taken out, a big chunk where the tumor was. And of course, that has to all heal up. And then the bag, that whole thing. So he's recovering from that. And I spend as much time with him as I can, but again, I am running Chris around, doing kid stuff, preteen stuff, back and forth from school, trying to keep that up, trying to keep the house going, all of that stuff while Terry's in the hospital. He did agree to talk to Chris, so I bring Chris to the hospital where Terry tells him he has cancer, but not to worry. He's going to be around for a while and everything's going to be fine. And Chris, of course, believes him. And I wasn't about to dash a 12-year-old boy whose male role model, who he adored, absolutely adored, trusted, thought was his father figure. I wasn't going to cross that. Things were just too delicate. But at least he knew the truth, and I could bring him to the hospital and he could spend time with Terry. But Terry's very tired, as you can imagine, trying to recover from a major surgery like that and being riddled with cancer. So I took this opportunity to do what I could to start getting his affairs in order. And I talked to his business partner, Bill, and I said, he doesn't have a will right now, and we've got to get that done. And I told him what the conflicting things the doctors had told me and what the nurses had said. And I said, we need to err on the side of he doesn't have very long. And he agreed. So he started talking to Terry and saying, you need to get a will done. And he asked Terry, do you have a will? And Terry's like, no. And so he said, well, you need to get that done sooner rather than later. So he was getting Terry to buy into that. And I was running around getting paperwork, meeting with accountants, meeting with lawyer friends and saying, what do I do? And how do I do this? And oh my gosh, instead of spending time at the bedside of my love who's dying, I'm out running around like a chicken with my head cut off and trying to get stuff done and trying to get my head wrapped around. I guess I still was just like, there has to be more money somewhere. I got to find that money. That this can't be true, that there's only $5,000 in the bank. There's got to be somewhere else, another investment or another bank account or something. So I was working on that. It was crazy. And then I was running and being with Terry when he was awake and feeling okay. But a lot of it was he needed time to recuperate and get stronger. So that's where we are right now. A lot of behind the scenes things. One of his friends from Dartmouth called me, and he was one of his best friends, and we had gone to Minnesota every summer to visit and go spend time on the lake. And we met, and they would come to Colorado in the winter, and we'd go skiing. And he called me and he said, should I come out And I said, yeah, you really should. Come see him. He's in the hospital. I don't know when he's going home, but come on out. So he hops on a plane and he comes to visit Terry. And Terry was appreciative, but he was also kind of like, why is Dave here? Why did Dave come to see me in the hospital? It's not that bad. He was, oh my God, he was in such denial. Such denial. And Dave spent a few hours with them, but again, Terry was very, 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 very tired. And he'd sleep. He'd start falling asleep. And that was the last time Dave saw him. And he basically said, you know, I want to see him while he's still okay. And that was honest. And I'm glad that he did. Okay, tomorrow, another day. Have a good rest of your Sunday.